Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Katie, and today's video is all about finding inspiration in different places. Well, in books. I absolutely love books. If you don't know, I grew up in a bookstore. My mom had a bookstore, so these are what I use to find inspiration for my flowers. I love drawing flowers. Flowers have always been something I absolutely love to draw, and so these are some books that I picked up at my local library at their book sale. So I have a huge stack, and I'm going to start with ones that I don't go with as much, all the way down to the ones that I absolutely love. I mean, I love them all, but yeah. This one is Ed Smith's Classic Floral Designs. It came out in it came out in 2005, so it's not as old as I thought it was, but so there's different reasons I use each book. This one I like because they show the flower arrangement, and then they show like a drawing of it. And this actually helps me with composition. So like this one has a garden vase, and this one here is another vase, but this one is one of my favorites. I love drawing roses, and this is an interesting way of seeing roses in different angles. Which is the real reason behind why I love these books, is because I can see a flower at all these different angles. And like this one, here's another with the composition and the design, the actual flowers. And I get, this is all mostly whites and greens, and then there's all different ones in the book. So this one's a really cool one. If you can find it at your local library, I would suggest doing it. So yeah, this is another one. This one is, this one, like I said, was from, I don't even have the copyright book. They do cut the books out when they do the book sale. They have to take pieces out. So this one is The New Art of Flower Design by Derek Healy, and it is definitely from the 80s. Some of my favorite ones are like this one. It gives an interesting vase, and you can see the composition. You have the stems. As I said, there are all different reasons why I love each book. Like I absolutely love Birds of Paradise, and I just think they're always neat when they're just displayed in single vases. And it's an interesting thing to draw as well. This one shows it at different angles, and that's, it's another helpful reason to have these books. And then look at this beautiful color palette. Sometimes it's not the flowers that give me the inspiration, it's the color palette, like with this one. I mean, it's very springy, it's very happy, but it's got some interesting colors, like this really pretty pastel orange with a bright pink and a turquoise. Yeah, so different reasons for everything. And this one I just had to show because this looks like something you would see on TikTok now. Oh, reuse reuse something from your kitchen as a vase. So I just thought it was funny, so I had to, share this one because, yeah, it's soap bottles. This next book, The Step-by-Step Guide to Flower Arranging, is more how to flower arrange, but I like it because it has some interesting sections in the book. I have some interesting containers that I can draw. If I wanted to draw the tools of flower arranging, I could do that. And then it also talks about symmetrical arrangements, like basic principles, like vertical, symmetrical, horizontal, asymmetrical. It really talks about symmetry and things like that, which is really good, especially if you're trying to draw something for, say, an art print, or you want to put a flower arrangement in something that you're drawing, like a scene. Which kind do you want? This one is all about texture and contrast, and it's the same thing when you're drawing that I find that helps me when I'm not inspired, is figuring out the difference. Like this has a lot of shine, this does not. And then the next one that I had picked out was this one. It's got really detailed pictures of summer flowers, and I really like this arrangement. I just think it's cool because I love the flowers in it. But so this, you know, this book is great because it's got another bird of paradise, and the detail of these flowers with the black background really does showcase them well if you're trying to really see the detail to draw them. And then the vintage style arrangements, I just love them. So yeah, this book is another great find. What drew me to this book, the next book, is called A Bouquet from the Met, from the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, was this cover. I mean, look at this cover. It is absolutely beautiful. And the pictures are gorgeous. It is from the 80s, so, you know, you definitely get that 80s vibe, which, you know, I love. I grew up in the 80s, so, yeah. So here's some beautiful arrangements that are in the same alcove as the one on the front cover. And so it gives you an idea of, like, size and proportion and things like that. And, you know, some sort of an arrangement for you to draw. The next one is this beautiful forsythia, or yellow bells as we call them in the South. We always had yellow bell plant at my parents' house, so I loved yellow bells. And then this one, look at these irises. Absolutely love irises, and just the combination, the color combination of yellow and purple with the pinks and the greens, just, you know, just really pops. So yeah, this is another book I recommend. We're getting down to the last 3 out of the set, and these are my absolute favorite books. I love this set, this last 3 books out of all of my collection. I want to get volume 1 of this. I don't have it. There is a volume 1, and so I'm trying to find it. But the reason I love this book is you can just take a flip through and see. Look at all the detail, the enlarged detail. Actually, these are life size, or this is a quarter life size, 3.5 times life size, and some 1.25 times life size. So they're enlargements, they're half life size, or they might be life size. But what I really like is how they show you all the different parts of the flower. Like, see this one, you've got the full flower, a split down the middle, and all the pieces of the flower taken apart, even the roots. I love this. If I really wanted to do some detailed botanical drawings, this book would actually be the best book for that. Because look at these ranunculus. They're just, I don't know, it's just phenomenal. And even the little carnations, because it gives you the Latin name for them, and I just love it that you can see all the different parts. Even the polk salad, or pokeweed, it's all the detail. Even though I do have this growing at some times of the year in my yard, up near fences and everything, I can see the detail. But, you know, I don't want to touch it, but I love seeing that detail. It's really cool. And then look at this beautiful cactus flower. Absolutely love it. So yes, this book is my go-to if I'm stuck on what flower to draw, if I just want to sketch for a little bit. Like this one, based on the time of the year, this would have been September 14th, and it's life size. This is half life size, and this is 2 times the life size. So, you know, it gives you an idea of what's, you know, what the true size of a plant is, and it's just beautiful. I mean, look at this. These hollyhocks. I love this book. So I was really excited when I found this book at my library sale, because it just, you know, it's a pretty expensive book. I think if I bought it, this one doesn't say. Oh yeah, it does. $75. Unless you buy it on Thrift Books, which I love Thrift Books. But yeah, beautiful. This one, it's not just about flowers, but look at that back cover. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? This one is called 4 Seasons of Entertaining by Shayla Kopus. Photography by Janet Warlick. And it was actually published in 2019, so it's not that old of a book. I love this book for looking for colorways, for trying to figure out a color palette, looking at how they put the flowers together with maybe the table runner, Not just the flowers, but look at that beautiful, soft, corally pinks with the whites and the greens. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, and look, the composition of these is really fun. But yeah, this book is just, it's one of my favorites. There are some recipes in here if you want to try them out, or if you want to draw food. This one sort of gives me ideas for both. I love to draw food and I love to draw flowers. So this is the best of both worlds in that respect, that it gives me that option. And then look at these beautiful flowers. That deep, that really dark orange, the bright yellow, and the chartreuse green. I just love it. So yeah, so if I'm stuck, I know I can find something interesting in here, whether it's drawing the place settings, the food, or the flowers. And then I love this set. This setup here is absolutely gorgeous. I love the color palette of these flowers, especially with the orange and pinks and greens. It just makes me happy. Here's another one. Look at this. It's floating in the pool. So yeah. These are, but there's all different ones depending on what the season is. And the enlarged drawings really help when you're trying to see detail, or enlarged photographs. So it makes it really great and easy to see detail. And then look at this one. This one is a July 4th, red, white, and blue. They incorporate the red and white flowers and the green with blue and white table linens. It's just, I don't know, I just love it. But I love the color palette that this would be. And the same with some of the food. Then we have fall and winter. So we have different fall color palettes, as well as different fall arrangements. Absolutely gorgeous. So, you know, this one is definitely one that would be great to add to your collection. Find it used. It is $50. That is the cover price. And last but not least, my absolute favorite book of flowers. It's called Flowers by Caroline Rome. Look at these gorgeous tulips and dahlias. They have every idea you can come up with. If you need flowers, you want some ideas for spring, find the spring flowers. You want something for summer, find summer. But look at these gorgeous, beautiful photography, beautiful flowers. Really helpful when you need a boost in your creativity. Look at these tulips. If you want to grow tulips in your garden, it tells you exactly the name to look for. But yes, and as you can see, these are absolutely gorgeous, beautiful photography. Gives you great ideas for designs and color palettes, and I absolutely love irises. They're one of my favorite flowers. And these roses, the cabbage roses. You can look at this and you can get all different layouts for flowers. You can see it straight on, sideways. You've got the buds and the leaves. It really works great. Yeah, I sort of went a little more than what I had marked, but look at these dahlias. I absolutely love dahlias. I cannot grow them. Cannot get them to grow. They will not grow, but I love them. So I love to draw them, and it's definitely, this book is where is my go-to to see how the coloring of the flowers are and how they work together. So I hope you enjoyed this little peek at my flower inspiration collection. And if you like this video, please click that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment below on how you find inspiration when you're stuck.